Hello. Okay, I was looking on my YouTube page, and it has been like half a year since I last did a comic review. I've read several comics in that time. I've just been really busy. Um, so let me bring up my. Just gonna check everything here. We'll present the other screen quick. So I got my channel up here, and under my here entertainment section, I got the comic book review playlist. And what I was thinking what might be helpful is if hopefully I'll be able to do some more reviews, but like in each one is kind of like I say, oh, I recommend this, or I recommend that, and I give like more detailed critiques. And it's hard to remember what I did, like what I said about each one. So I thought it might be helpful if I started keeping track with just how I grade the ones I review. And I figure, as I mentioned, there's a lot more that I haven't reviewed yet, but I'll just put the grades on here for the ones I have done. And this is leading up into, as the title shows, my review of Shotgun Samurai. Ethan Van Sciver's Ultimate Cyberfrog Blood Honey. I'm going to start with the A through F right now, and then I'll probably break up individual ones into like A minus through like A plus, A minus, things like that. As I assign grades as I recall, Blood Honey, I for now I'm going to give that as a B. Maybe I'll give it a B plus. And these are subject to change. Like as I mentioned, it's been like a year since I did that Cyberfrog review. And as I revisit them and remember other things about them, I might move some of these titles up and down. So yeah, and then I did. Honestly, I like Blood Honey better than Wreck Planet because of the action scene. So I think I will give for Wreck Planet. I'm going to give that a B minus. Actually, I'm going to change up how I do these. I don't know if that will really let me. I can just keep doing it like this. So I'm going to give Cyber Frog 2 Wrecked Planet B minus for now. Then Garbage Man. I remember liking Garbage Man pretty well. I think I'll put that in the B plus as well, and it's really comparable to Cyberfrog Blood Honey. I'll put the authors too, Ethan Van Sciver. Ethan Van Sciver, Garbage Man by Aaron Lopresti. Wraith of God, I'm giving an A minus. Oh, yeah, that's what I wanted these to do. Can I tab these in? Yeah, that looks pretty good. Well, now when I hit enter, it goes away though. Heading 2, A minus. Now if I do this, I remember really liking the first Wraith of God. Wraith of God 1. Wind Strikes the Wolf, it's called. Strikes Wolf. Crusty. Let me tab it. There we go. And then Wraith of God 2 Blood Hunters. I'm going to give that, I think that'll go into, I think that's probably more of a B minus. And if you'd like to know more details about these grades I'm giving, please feel free to check out my the comic review playlist. And if you notice anything that you're like, hey, you're saying it's really good here, but you're putting it down lower here, then feel free to let me know in the comments, and I can, I might ring some bells and I might move stuff around. Okay, and so now we are at Shotgun Samurai. Here's my copy of it, Shotgun Samurai Volume 1. I also have like the next Shotgun Samurai Legends. It's a supplemental book to it, which I can click on here too. Oops, sorry about that. Yeah, and Shotgun Samurai, I'm giving an A. It is my favorite independent comic that I own at this point. Shotgun Samurai Volume 1 by I find it is really, I'll just put by the Quaff for now. This is by a few people, but I'll go by how I know him. And yeah, like I mentioned, there's other books I've read and other books I'd like to get to, like review. But I picked this one because this, like I mentioned, is my favorite, and I really want to talk about it. It's one that is actually, I think I can stop sharing here. It's as excited to talk about, I'll say, even more so than the other comics I've reviewed. Just start going through it. Like, so the cover art here is really good. I would say it's not as it, like the art, and then I'll go with inside too. The art inside, as you can see, it's black and white. It's more, I'll say, simplistic than like a detailed Cyberfrog or Wraith of God stuff by Ethan Van Sciver and Aaron Lopresti. But I found it, I really liked it for this comic. I thought it was a really good fit. And I'm going to start getting to some spoilers now. So let me put up the banner for my spoiler warning here. Like there's a scene, I won't show it on here. So I'll say right away, this is not, despite how the art looks, this is not like a kid's comic. It's there's like violence and gore in here. It's definitely more for adults. I'd say like teens could read it. But where the art worked in one spot really well is it shifts to this really gory shot, and so it's really jarring. And that's one thing I'll say about Shotgun Samurai over the other books I've reviewed so far is I think it for me, it brought up the most emotional response reading it. While the others had like really impressive art and some great twists in it, I think Shotgun Samurai had the best story and the best pacing. And I was trying to think what really impressed me about it is the protagonist, the Shotgun Samurai, his redemption arc is on. Like it introduces him just like meeting this one guy who runs a store, saving him from some ninjas and stuff. And then it goes into like his backstory. It talks about like his history and how he started out as a villain. And it goes into the backstory of the main villain in this one. He's not like the top villain, not like say the Emperor or something. He's more of a. It's not like Thanos. He's more of a lower level than that. But he's a really skilled foe and a really good match against the Shotgun Samurai. And this story, it's like the Shotgun Samurai's redemption arc. That the event that started that was the same event that started the villain into his path, where they ended up becoming enemies and fighting against each other. And I was trying to remember if I could think of any other story. I'm sure there must be one, but I can't really think of it. I couldn't, none that come to mind that since I've been thinking about that, where the event that starts the redemption arc for the hero is the same event that started the origin for the villain. And it has some chapters that about the villain that go into his backstory. And it's really, I found it really heartbreaking. Like I mentioned how this book stirred up my emotions more than the other. The other books are like fun reads and stuff. Like this one I really got into and it was, like really drew me in. And it really, at least I really felt for the character, for like the villain and everything he went through. And you can kind of tell by the shot here, he went through a disfigurement and stuff. So I don't really want to show it on here. Not that it's definitely not too graphic just from the art style, but maybe more so just for just kind of like one less spoiler. And another thing, and I'll go with just the concept of Shotgun Samurai. Like I thought that was sounded like really cool, and that's something Liam Gray was talking about in one of his streams, where when new comic book artists, like new comic creators, may have, like I personally have an idea for like a protagonist and like his powers, which would be, I think unique. I don't know if any other character that have these powers, but I think they were pretty hard to follow. It would take a while because of all the rules that would be involved. It kind of take a while for it to like sink in. And that's probably not the best story for a new comic creator, someone who's just putting out some new work. Whereas like something more straightforward, like in the name too, like with Shotgun Samurai, you know what it's about. It's a samurai who uses a shotgun, and and like it sounds to me like a really fun concept, and it turned out to be in the book. Whereas like if you might have like in like Cyber Frog, it's, you know what it's going to be. It's like going to be a anthropomorphic cyborg frog. Whereas like and I have been reading. I have read ISOM 1 and I'm going through ISOM 2, and there's still like, and I don't want to get into all the like drama there, but I do want to do just my own reviews of it sometime with like, hopefully without, I can talk about like my issue with other reviews at the same time, but I assume you, from the name, you don't know, and like a lot of characters in it, Yaira, Gooding. Oh, hi, Hiawatha. How's it going? Yeah, and so like that's why, to wrap up Shotgun Samurai, I think it's like a great name for it. And so the next thing I'd really like to praise it for, where I think it does a great job. Good to go, BOW. I don't know what that stands for. But thanks for tuning in. If you want to hang out, a little bit longer, I can wrap up this review and share the link if you want to chat and stuff. But yeah, the action sequences, I think, really well done in this issue. Like there's other comics where the action scenes feel like kind of rushed, and you can't quite tell what's going on. It's a little bit harder. It could be a little bit harder in Black. Oh, I'm on the road watching. Cool. Yeah, I do a lot of that, listening to live streams while I'm driving and stuff. Awesome. Well, thanks for tuning in. And yeah, like what the Quaff does really well. He has a lot of these. Try to find another action scene. A lot of important in like panels in between that demonstrate what's going on. If you don't have enough of those in an action scene, you can kind of jump from one to another. You're not quite sure what happened. Like some people might just do, say you got like one panel here with this character like ready to throw something, and then not have enough intermediate panels, and the next one is this character holding, I don't know how well this shows up with black and white on the screen, like just holding the weapon. The intermediate ones show that the weapon was thrown at him, but if you don't have those, the comic creator may assume you know that's what happened because they wanted to save space or whatnot. But if you don't have it, as far as you know, he's like pulling out the weapon to fight back with her or something. So so the Quaff does a really good job with action scenes where I've seen others, other comics kind of have issues in that regard. And then one other thing. Now this is a big spoiler, too, but I think this is probably the best action scene of any of the comics that I've reviewed so far. Was when and I forget the main antagonist's name. It was something like a rifle guy or something. It was another simple name, just like Shotgun Samurai. But it's got some pretty bloody scenes, like panels in here, so I have to be careful. But he gets to like this high tower and he starts. Yeah, this one should be all right. He starts like shooting at a whole bunch of people down below, including the Shotgun Samurai and his friends are down there. And I thought, and like the way the Quaff did it is just, again, it's really, he does a really great job of drawing the reader into the story. And I thought that was like the highest intensity scene of any of the comics I've read and reviewed so far. And so yeah, this is definitely recommend of all the I still haven't backed Wraith of God 3. I have backed Cyberfrog 3 and I'm waiting for that. I haven't checked in on how it's coming along though, really. Wraith of God 3 I haven't backed. We've had a lot of expenses with cars and stuff, so I might end up waiting until like a Wraith of God 4, see where I'm financially and if I'm caught with the comics, and then maybe order number 3 as I back number 4 or another one of Aaron's stories. But with Shotgun Samurai, yeah, this is the one title that I like, the book I like so much that as soon as it comes out, I want to back it. And then also I got Shotgun Samurai with Shotgun Samurai Legends. It's where Shotgun Samurai is kind of like a several issue full graphic novel. Legends has it's an anthology of some other stories of the characters in the volume 1, and it has and each of the stories have a different artist, and this is in color. I'll like show one shot here, and this looks really good. I would say the art has improved since the original since volume 1, and I think if I remember right, the Quaff, I want to say he did the first. Oh, not, it may have been different artists for each, but well, even the Quaff, he mentioned how his, on Twitter once I saw he mentioned how his art style had changed from when he started working on this book until like the end of it, and you can tell when you get to the final chapter there that it does. The art style is like more detailed, and it maybe more, I say like more realistic looking at it than compared to earlier on. You see like there aren't any pupils, eyes are all bigger and stuff, and so yeah, I love seeing his art improving, and again the story was great. For let's see, I'm going to present this again real quick. For the grade for this, for Shotgun Samurai Legends, it's a great companion piece. Just by itself, it wouldn't. I'm going to put it down a little bit lower. I think I'll put this as a B+ too. And yeah, I'm going to put after Cyber Blood Honey and Garbage Man. Samurai. Keep leaving out the M. Samurai Legends. And like I've got a few other supplemental books that I would hopefully get around to reviewing. Like I reviewed Garbage Man 1 and I read Garbage Man 2, but I never got around to reviewing that. So hopefully sometime I'd have to go back and look over again. But another one was I think it was Heartsick Core, but I got Heartsick Core and a Salamandroid issue that I've read. And whereas in those ones I rate higher, I think, than even they like occurred during the time of like Cyberfrog 2. But as supplements, I think they're better than Shotgun Samurai Legends. But as a whole, I think like Shotgun Samurai is better than Cyberfrog. And yeah, so if you're interested in ordering, I put the website in the description for this video. And yeah, please like this video and share it with anyone else who may be interested. And please please subscribe to the channel. Check out my other videos. And thanks for watching.